Let's talk about miniatures. I've been known to do some role-playing.
That'll teach you to take your anatomy lessons from Sunday school. Hey, welcome back to Miniature Mashup, episode 52. Today we're going to talk about Party City's bag of plastic skeleton novelties. That's right, you can get these at Party City. Party City, where boys dress as cops and girls dress as prostitutes that dress up like cops. This recently made the news, although girls' costumes have been sexualized for as long as I can remember. Let's watch some clips from this Party City ad and see if we can learn some more.
Up like the Monster High Ghouls. It's awesome. And with our style, what else would we do? I can't wait to max out Cleo Denial with some deadly accessories. We'll pick out some scary, cute, sassy school friend. Hang on, you need to be accessorized too. I'm gonna be drop dead gorgeous. Check it out. Don't you look fantastic? Absolutely howling with style.
I'm sure their parents would rather they were turning into actual blood-sucking ghouls instead of whatever it is that's making these little white girls talk like this.
This wig is off the hook.
Oh, these are only $1.99 at Party City, and I ordered them online when Party City was running a promotion, and I turned out to love them. So, of course, I went back to Party City and bought 3 more bags because I have poor impulse control when it comes to cheap bits of plastic shaped like monsters. Now there's another batch of large plastic toy soldier style skeletons available, but I prefer these hands down, the Party City ones, and let me tell you why. For starters, the sculpts are simply better. These other skeletons have giant blocky Neanderthal jaws, their poses are flat and lifeless. The Party City skeletons are cheaper, and I don't want to steer you away from the other skeletons entirely. If you're putting an army of undead giants together, get them both just for the variety. They're certainly cheap enough. But the Party City skeletons look like they're about to engage with someone smaller than themselves. Like, this guy is squatting down to sweep with his battle axe and take out a medium-sized character. This guy is terrorizing a medium-sized character, too. He looks like he's saying, I just took off my friend's head with this cleaver, and he was the godfather to my kids. So wait till I get my hands on you. You know, I feel that whoever sculpted these did it for his tabletop, and this whole party novelty thing is just like a side business. We're going to do 3 separate projects with these skeletons in this video. What a treat. I know it's been a while since I've done any, so I figured I'd go all out on this one. The first thing we're going to do is make a hag or a witch out of our Party City skeletons, and also out of one of the witch figures from the Mythic Legends, True Legends bucket of Mythic Warriors from Toys R Us. I forget the name of the product exactly, but it's one of the first videos I did. True Legends bucket of Mythic Heroes, something like that. I like that the Party City skeletons aren't wearing armor. It's one thing if there are strips of armor left over from their time amongst the living, but these skeletons here are wearing fitted armor, which is a little bit weird. Yeah, put on this helmet. You don't want to get your brains bashed in. Oh right, I forgot all your soft tissue is desiccated. The Party City skeletons aren't perfect. Some of them need help standing up. Maybe a little time under hot water will straighten them up a little bit. Some of the weapons are a little bendy. The plastic's a little softer than I like, but I mean a little bit softer. You can always apply weight to the bases, which I do with pennies, and they'll stand. If you've got a steady hand and a nice sharp X-Acto knife, you can certainly clean up the mold line. I don't bother doing it. I just leave it as is. I can live with it.
Easily my least favorite character out of that bucket is got to be this goofy olive oil looking witch. She's just too skinny, and she's just, I don't like the look of her. I don't care for the sculpt, but we're gonna change that by grafting her onto a skeleton bottom. We're also going to use a plastic skull from another Halloween novelty that we got after Halloween, super cheap. And that's going to sort of be her lower abdomen. She's not going to look human. The idea is to make to add a little action with the splayed running legs and to make her look a little bit creepier. I'm sort of going for an Annis or a night hag kind of thing. something, you know, far more monstrous than just this little witch lady with a staff. We're going to alter her staff. We're going to put a skull at the top of it, and we're going to try to give her a creepy paint job, but mostly we're going to slice her in half with a Dremel tool. Same with the skeleton. We're going to cut them and fit them to one another. We're going to put it all together with hot glue, because that's really all we need. We're going to put the skull over her abdomen. Now the skull we're going to cut open with our Dremel tool, and we're going to take a wedge out of that and then bash that wedge out with a chisel and our little plastic mallet here and a vise. We're going to work all that. If you don't have all these, you should certainly get yourself a little vise for modeling. You should, you know, the chisel could be replaced with a knife. A good pocket knife would probably work, and you could probably use any hammer. Just be careful if you're hammering a knife into something, is all I ask.
Now, I've been sitting on this hero click. This is Blood Brother from Guardians of the Galaxy set. He was one of Thanos' pawns in the comics, and he's sort of like a lumpy, potatoey, you know, douchebaggy Neanderthal-looking guy, and I don't know, I've just been thinking about him a lot lately. Like, he's just been on my mind for some reason, and I want to do something with him. I feel like he's headed, you know, he's going to be something important at some point. Like, I don't know, there's just something about him. But I hate his face. I can't explain it. Like, it's just something about his face that bothers me, and I want to take that head off, and we're going to replace it with a skull. We're going to turn him into some kind of like a hulking zombie, some kind of, you know, undead monstrous zombie size large, and we're just doing a head swap, adding a weapon. Again, the Dremel tool comes into play. We chop the head off, we Dremel a hole in the hand, and we stick the weapon in there. I'm using E6000 to hold him together, and I'm going to put him on a penny base, and we're going to flock that base and paint this guy up too. I've already gone ahead and stripped this HeroClix down in acetone. He's that nice clear plastic underneath. At least his arms are, which is very resistant to acetone, so you can give him a pretty good bath and not worry about him melting. Plus, he's kind of a thick figure, so you can just pop him in and just wait, and then pull him up, hit him with a toothbrush. Don't use the one you're using currently. Use an old one, and get all that paint off him. The amount of detail underneath that crappy layer of acrylic paint is surprising, and to me, it's always worth, at least with HeroClix, that effort. Now, I don't always strip everything, but for HeroClix, I do tend to strip them before I paint them. And our hulking undead is getting a very simple paint job. It's just black and brown as in leather on his pants and his vest and boots, all the same, just making it uniform, and black on his skull and arms, and then I'm going to dry brush a gray on there to make him look like some kind of evil blackened corpse. The last project, of course, I've saved the best for last. It's a bric-a-brac attack. We're getting this bear by May Rick, which is a company that makes lots of cutesy little black bear statues, among other things. I've got this one for $1. And luckily, it's not actually porcelain. It's sort of a cheap plaster. I shouldn't say cheap. I don't know what it actually costs, but it's not porcelain, so you can work with it. And we're going to turn this little black bear into a zombie grizzly bear, like a huge zombie grizzly bear. And we're going to take one of our party skeletons, and Party City skeletons, and we're going to mount him on there as well, and we're going to paint him up, and we're really going to try to sell this with the paint job. So we're going to take out the bear's right eye, and we're going to recreate that with our hot glue gun in a little bit. We're going to carve out his side here. I'm going to take ribs off of another set of novelty skeletons that I got from a dollar store. I've got a bunch of these. This is skeleton Garland. You see lots of crafters use this for lots of different things. I'll be ripping these ribs out, and I'm going to be sticking them into the hole in our side of our bear. And we're going to patch that in with some E6000. I'm going to use some hot glue as well, and then I'm also going to use hot glue to make the guts coming out of this hole as well. So we're going to make him look like a hot mess, or a cold mess, I guess, since he's dead. And we're going to put our skeleton on top of there. We're going to glue him down with E6000 as well. We're going to prime the whole thing in black. And this is a really simple paint job, guys. It looks like a lot, but it really isn't. I'm just going to slap some dark brown, just really some regular brown along the sides and the top, at least on our first coat. I'm going to put a lighter brown on top, on the very top of the bear to hit the highlights. We're going to leave the undercoat sort of black. We're not going to touch that. Just let the primer add a shadow there. We're going to make our skeleton, give him a nice green base coat. I just went with a very generic green I happen to have a lot of. A more sickly green might have been a better choice, but I like it. It makes him seem to sort of glow or be filled with rot, you know, some kind of an evil energy inside him, and I really like that effect.
I used Turner's yellow on the bear, which has got kind of a sickly color, as well as linen on some of the highlights, which is sort of a grayish, and that gives him a nice dirty look. And I also used this lemonade color on the skeleton over the green. It's a color I use a lot to bring out highlights. It's sort of an off-white yellow blend.
I do again in black. I'm leaving the hilt the same color as him to make it look like it's bone. The sword, I'm going to do a patterned effect, which unfortunately requires me to hold the miniature kind of close to my face, and I didn't get it on camera. So sorry guys, as far as like how I do this pattern, I'll explain it, but you won't get to see it. It's black underneath, and then I do a gradient of red to white, starting about eighth of the way up the blade. I start working red, and then by the end we get to white, and then I go back and I put sort of black, for lack of a better word, sperm cell looking pattern, and yeah, the pattern sort of speaks for itself. It really is just a gradient with black over it and under it. See what you think. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. We're gonna go on the eyes with a white and then red inside that white. I mean, it's black and then red and then white. And the shield, I just dry brushed a lighter brown onto a brown, and I used green and red to sort of bring out gems around the shield, just sort of to keep in with the color. You don't want to add too many different colors, and we've already got green and red in here, so it's just sort of consistent. Also, maybe I have Christmas on the brain. I don't know. It is that time of year. And our finished product looks like
This wig is off the hook.